Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how Facebook ads retargeting has changed. iOS 14 and other changes are having a big impact on retargeting specifically. So I'm going to talk about what we've seen, the adjustments that you need to make to your Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns in order for them to work well under this new setup. And I think if you're running Facebook ad campaigns and you've got a retargeting component, which is something I'd always recommend, this is a must watch. Before I get into that, I want to very quickly ask you to smash that like button and of course subscribe to my channel if you are new and haven't done so already. Okay, so I'm in an example Facebook ad account as per usual. I'm in the example campaign, I'm at the ad set level, right? So let me just scroll down to wherever we are. So just as an example, let's assume this is a retargeting ad set and we're retargeting 180 website audience. So obviously people who visited the website within the last 180 days. Now, a lot of people have experienced that since the changes were made late January and into February 2021, experienced drop off in performance in retargeting. I've had loads of comments, messages from people saying, you know, my retargeting ad set used to get an 8x ROAS, it's now down to a 5x ROAS. So, you know, my retargeting ad set used to get 12x ROAS, it's now down to a 8x ROAS. Those sorts of things keep happening. And by the way, lots of people have lower ROAS numbers on their retargeting ad sets than that, so don't feel, oh, I don't have those ROAS numbers, I'm doing terribly. That's not true at all, okay? Okay, so why is this happening? We know that with the changes that are being implemented, Facebook's visibility over the actions that people take after they leave the Facebook and Instagram app, so in other words, the stuff they do on your website, are being curtailed, okay? And if Facebook's not able to track people as well, because obviously we know there's all different categories of people. Obviously there's the iOS users versus the Android users, all that sort of stuff. But we know that this is being curtailed, let's say across the board, and the results that we're seeing in our retargeting campaigns, our retargeting ad sets, are reflecting that. And that is because, as I said, Facebook's not able to track exactly what people do. So not only the overall audience is starting to shrink, and that can be hard to work out because Facebook often doesn't give audience sizes around custom audiences and hasn't for a long time for privacy reasons. But not only are those audience sizes starting to shrink, but also Facebook has less visibility over the actions that people are taking. So let's say we give Facebook a big old audience like 180-day website visitors. Previously, Facebook was absolutely fantastic at working out who within that audience was most likely to purchase, become a lead, whatever it is that we're retargeting for. Facebook's still very, very good at doing that, much better than, you know, basically every other advertising platform. But the power with which it can do that has decreased, and that's what's showing up. So that's why we're seeing retargeting ad sets, retargeting campaigns perform worse. Unfortunately, you know, it's just the truth. Yeah, I'm going to try and, throughout this whole process, I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can with you guys, and that's what all my content is anyway. But we are seeing a drop off on retargeting, maybe 20 to 30%, something like that, which sucks. Wish it didn't happen. This didn't happen. But if you're seeing larger than that, here's what I would recommend you do. The first thing is make your retargeting audiences larger. Okay, we've done this in a few places. I mean, I've always been a fan of large retargeting audiences, but it seems to be even more important, which makes sense because if you think Facebook has less ability to be super specific with who they target within your audience, if you give them a wider pool with which to choose from, that becomes less of an issue because there's more options, more people they can put your ads in front of. So if you're operating with, say, a 30-day website visitor custom audience, make that 180 days or at least 90 days, okay? If you're operating with, let's say you're retargeting an email list, but you've just got a small segment of it right now, perhaps try uploading the whole thing. Larger audiences seem to help with some of the issues that we're seeing. Something I've been recommending for a while, but it's just becoming even more important with the current setup. So that's the first thing. Second thing is if you need to reduce your budget, do so. Now, I'm a fan of using a retargeting ad set in amongst the main, let's say, CBO campaign. And that way, you don't need to manually adjust the budget as much because it's handled by CBO. Ads budget is directed and diverted to the best performing elements within your campaign. If retargeting is dropping off, Facebook's automatically going to put more money into your cold audience ad sets, which is exactly what they should do, and that's fantastic. But if you've got a separate retargeting campaign, or perhaps use ABO where you are seeing too much money spent on your retargeting campaign, your retargeting ad set, don't feel like you're failing or doing the wrong thing if you reduce the budget back down. Now, like a lot of the things that are happening to Facebook ads right now that are potentially not great, like retargeting dropping off, I would not at all be surprised if I'm making another video in 6 months' time, 9 months' time, a year's time, where retargeting is doing very well, or various elements have been compensated for with other areas, perhaps might be more accurate with, we know, coming next year with issues around cookies being removed from certain browsers and things like that. That these businesses, a business like Facebook is absolutely enormous. It's billions and billions and billions of dollars at stake. They are putting tons of resources into working that out, and I'm very confident they will find workarounds for this stuff. So don't feel like retargeting has dropped off and you're dropping, say, budget, and you'll never be able to get it back. You'll never be able to do some of the things that we've previously been able to do. That's very unlikely to be true. Perhaps retargeting will come back in different senses. Perhaps we'll try different setups going forward. We don't know just yet. I will, of course, create content on all that sort of stuff. But that is something that I think is very, very important for me to mention, that a lot of this is happening right now. It might be fairly transitory. Like, it's not necessarily going to happen for a long time. These things change all the time, and these things may well come back, okay? So I think two big takeaways on your retargeting, two like quick wins if you are seeing a disproportionately large drop off. The first is, can you make those retargeting audiences larger? Don't worry about bundling them. Can you make a larger website audience? Can you add website and email lists into the same ad set? Can you add in previous customers? Can you potentially look at some on Facebook and Instagram sources? Things like people who've engaged with your Facebook page, watch video of yours on Facebook, Instagram interactions, those sorts of custom audiences. Can you use those and add those into your ad sets? The answer is you probably can to help. And then also, can you potentially reduce your budget? And you might see that, yes, you generate less volume from your retargeting campaigns, retargeting ad sets, but if your ROAS on those retargeting components goes back up with a lower budget, fantastic, okay? That's that's the most important thing for most Facebook advertisers, so that's absolutely okay. So that would be the two things that I would definitely recommend. Okay, before you go, one thing I want to quickly mention is my Facebook Ads Mastermind group. So it's a Facebook group that we own, one of the largest, I think it's now the third largest Facebook ads group in the world on Facebook advertising. An amazing community. We have almost 90,000 members in there, which is just awesome. I do free live trainings in the group. I put free content in the group. I'm involved. You get people answering questions, asking questions all day, every day, helping each other out. If that sounds like something you want to be part of, go ahead and join. A link will be in the video description below. Just pop on over and we'd love to have you. If this video is useful, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you are new and haven't done so already. And of course, comment below, if you've got any questions around any of this, or you want to share your experience around, let's try and keep it retargeting specific. Absolutely let us know. I try to get to as many comments as I can. I can't answer them all anymore because there's too many, but I do get to a whole bunch of them, and I do certainly try my best, and I certainly see them all. So go ahead and put your comments in. Let me know what you think, whether this content is useful, and I will talk to you soon. Best of luck with your Facebook ad campaigns, guys. Bye for now.